But like when I just feel like like people are trying to.
It's the king of vegetables.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
you said that
vegetables.
You don't believe it.
But have you taken kale and like mashed avocado and sea salt and lemon and a little bit of, you could do parm or nutritional yeast all over it? With some chili flakes?
Do you think I have those kinds of
You
things?
said you tried kale a million different ways.
I have, but I don't think I've had it where it's like the base for an avocado toast, which is what you just described. To be honest,
I love that you heard avocado toast. I was giving you my kale Caesar salad and you heard toast.
Well, I was thinking that it was going to be like topped, and I was like, this just sounds like, just switch that out with some sourdough, and that's a really good
Boom,
bread.
do that. That's gorgeous. I love that.
But when you said it, I was like, damn it, we got to stop putting it on such a high pedestal. It's like my fourth favorite leafy vegetable.
Well, it's got more vitamin C than an orange. It's got more calcium than milk. It has a natural sun screen in it that deflects UV rays. I mean, it has protein. It's a powerful, the chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll, more like borophyll. Give me your power 3.
Your cells are not bored by chlorophyll, let me tell you.
I was just quoting stupid stoner 90s movies. But give me your power ranking 3 of vegetables. Summer veggies. We'll do summer veggies, and we'll revisit this in the fall when you have another menu out.
That's a good
like
question.
Corn, does that count? Because there's no nutritional value, but it's a great summertime snack.
Actually, corn is and it's a prebiotic too, so it feeds your gut. And there is a little bit of protein in it, and it's a lot of fiber.
Okay, so it isn't that
So like
bad.
fresh corn on the cob is great. If you're chowing down on corn chips and being like, "Ooh, I'm getting protein," you are mistaken.
I'm so going to use that out when I eat my fresh tomato salad.
Tomatoes are another great one. I mean, to me, like the best thing, and this is a year-round.
Burrata's the best vegetable.
Yeah, to me, burrata, like it's just overlooked, and like there's so much squishy yumminess in your mouth. Like that's got to be healthy, you know. And you just suck on that salt of the cheese, and plus it looks like a boob, which is great.
I stand steadfast with you on that take. Burrata is the best vegetable.
Boom, burrata. But my favorite, I think the most bang for your buck as far as veggies year round are sea vegetables. Because they're incredibly high. So that you're talking like nori, kelp, arare. They're incredibly high in minerals. They are complete proteins. You can dash them over salads. You can make, hand rolls, sushi rolls. Now, that doesn't mean that you all go out to like sushi all the time because the rice is inundated with sugar and refined fats. But the nori roll itself, which you can get in you can get it in Safeway or any big commercial grocery store.
Has made a big glow up, and I respect theirs.
Yeah.
Much more than kale. I fucks with the seaweed chips, and then obviously everybody loves seaweed in
sushi.
In most in every Asian cuisine capacity. So
yeah.
That's a great call. I would not have thought about that. Sea vegetables.
Any sea vegetable.
Such a flex of an answer. You really do know the nitty gritty. I like it. So tomatoes, corn, sea vegetables.
Sea veggies, yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, and you can make that all into a salad. Like how yummy is that? Like tomatoes and corns, almost like a corn salad for the summer. And then just like crumple up some nori over it with some salt, lime, avocado and cilantro. Boom. Boom.
That's a stonerism right there. Just kind of brainstorming a food menu there. I bet your refrigerator is just plumb filled with like vegetables.
Natural wine.
Like, perfect natural wine. Mine's natural wine, but my refrigerator has that and like the pitcher of Brita water, and that's it.
Oh, that's good.
But I just assumed yours would have like red onions, and it's in like a perfectly labeled jar, and then like all the vegetables, and you just make some gnarly home salads. Would I be mistaken by guessing?
There's definitely always a thing of arugula and kale in there. Definitely have garlic in there. The oils I have, my spice shelf is what's really like popping at the seams because I go crazy. Like put me in, especially like the Asian markets here, and I'm just like I don't know what that means. Boom, and I take it, and then I have to like look up.
It's the unknown of not being able to read some of the labels. I'm like, fuck yeah, this looks good. I'm gonna find out what it's about when I get home.
Yeah. Or do you know what I love doing? Is I love taking like the dirt. I do this with our baked goods too. Like I'll take the dirtiest looking like condiment and I'll like taste it and like tell myself that it's because I'm recipe testing, and I'll try and make the same thing but like a healthier version. Exactly.
Without like the refined sugars.
Exactly. So like when I'm creating our baked goods, I'll go out and I'll take like 3 of like the dirtiest muffins in Denver, and I will compare them to each batch of muffins that I make until you get that click in your brain, because that's what it does. It's this dopamine hit that you're getting from these muffins. So like I'm looking for the same brain hit in my muffin that the refined sugar flour gives you.
I fucking love that.
So that
mindset.
you don't feel like you're missing out.
And you can find that like when you're doing you know what to look for not only inside yourself, but also in the ingredients as to how one would translate to the other. What is it like doing mushrooms or acid with you? Because I imagine that's fucking
let me tell you.
I mean, you're like, I can. It just triggered. It's awesome.
I mean, like the whole world's a muffin. People just don't realize. Everybody just doesn't realize.
Turn into like Little Bear from our Little Foot.
Little muffin man's like running around.
Just that's a really great concept and idea, and so I think that's a really good segue as well. Let's because not only is Nest, we've talked about whole body, whole mind, and we teased the restaurant with some of the dank eats in the previous part 1 of Nurture Week. But y'all have a new menu that literally just dropped today. And so obviously we can see that you find parallels from our favorite spots in Denver and then try to make them in a better, healthier, wholesome wellness way. Let's talk a little bit about that summer menu and as well as what folks could expect when they come in for whether it be breakfast, lunch, or even a dinner, cocktail, and snack.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely let Kelly speak to the cocktails. But
Kelly, are you our liquor girl?
That's me.
Hey, I'm Kip. Nice to meet you. We'll
Hey,
get along.
Kip.
You're a great co-host.
So our menu overall, we have dosas, toasts, salads, bowls, tartines. What else do we have? We have our whole baked goods section. We have broth. So we have a chicken bone broth, an organic chicken bone broth. And we have an umami broth for people who do not partake in animal products. And we have a grab and go section that's filled with chia puddings and PB&J overnight oats that we put ashwagandha in there for.
What is that word?
Ashwagandha is it's an adaptogen basically. So it's used in a lot of Ayurvedic cuisine or Indian cuisine and actually Tibetan as well. But basically,
the Tibetan scene. I'm really in the know.
You're real
on that
zen
one.
there.
Shout out to Yak and Yeti and Arvada.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, they're so great.
That lamb vindaloo?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, they're great. They're none. Anyways.
That's the only thing I know.
Holy
That's
damn!
The Tibetan restaurant I know. So.
Well, they're Indian Tibetan, so it's a fusion. It's so ashwagandha is an adaptogen, meaning it's going to bring your body into homeostasis. In other words, anti-stress. Anywhere in your body that's stressed out, it's going to target and then just calm it down, basically.
Can you just eat that straight out of a jar or
snort it? It's a powder, so I would put it, we have it in our smoothies, new, so we also have superfood smoothies. I forgot to mention that as well. And we just added to our other 5 smoothies, it's called the Purple Crush, and it's for people, it's a post-workout smoothie, post-workout recovery smoothie. And so ashwagandha is in there because when you work out, you've put your body into a state of stress. It's a healthy stress, but you want to calm all those nerves down and your cortisol levels and your hormones down. So ashwagandha was purposely put into the Purple Crush to do that.
Fun fact for those that didn't know. So do you tailor the menu specifically? There's workout classes have it's kind of like the Gatorade has the refuel, revitalize, but you have it in a better way for you so that when you do kind of use the resources of not only the Nurture, I guess professionals that, have the classes and all that, you kind of tailor the menu to kind of play for that as well?
For people who have a particular lifestyles?
Oh, yeah, or those that are maybe coming out of these classes, there's something especially for you.
Yes.
But also if you're just here working and just using the room, there's just fun snacks to nosh on that are also delicious while being healthy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's partially why we created the grab and go section, because we know people are stopping in or they're on their way up to see a practitioner or they're quickly leaving and they're needing to grab something to eat. So that's what the grab and go serves. And the Purple Crush really came about because we have 3 different fitness concepts within Nurture. Plus Colorado is so active that we wanted to be able to, help your body out. Exactly. And calculate the protein and the chia puddings, the chia seeds within that smoothie that are going to help you hydrate because most likely you've been sweating, and the salt, which is an electrolyte, which you've probably lost, and things like that. The antioxidants with the berries that we add, and the spinach. You'll love it. The spinach.
Good save there.
There you go.
As the leader of the Hate Kale campaign, I like how you phrased that for us. So is it what comes on these things? Are they all gluten-free? Are they all vegetarian? If someone's looking for a hearty, maybe a steak tartine or a bowl that has roasted chicken, is that available on the new menu? Available on the new menu?
Well,
is it just
the
vegan?
concept of the whole menu is to whatever your dietary preference is, we are giving you clean ingredients. So we do have animal products present. They're all organic. We have chicken, salmon, and we just added shrimp.
Okay.
And eggs. The reason why our baked goods section is all vegan and gluten-free isn't to get it on a bandwagon. It's just so that everybody can enjoy. And the products that we source are clean, like almond flour and coconut sugar and maple syrup. You know, if you're going to do something that's a little bit more decadent, I'd like to choose ingredients that are at least giving you something rather than taking away from your body.
No, that's a great rationale because the food, like you mentioned, it already compares in the same flavor profiles and things like the moistness of the mushroom cakes and things like that.
Right.
Like you're not missing anything that you don't. It's not like you're like, oh, I need gluten.
Right.
Like it's not like you're making a subtle replacement, so to speak.
Right. At the same time, with our tartine program, we sourced. It's Reunion bread, and he is just amazing. It's 36 hours fermented. He uses more water than a usual sourdough requires, and it's just the most gorgeous bread. Like I've taken this with me to retreats, to parties, and people are like, "The bread!" Like I get friends because of this bread.
I was about to say, like, who? I'm not going to throw shade, but bringing bread to a party is something that's not often thought of and needs to be. Like, if you have a bread person.
Bread and butter. It's breaking bread. That's how you make friends.
Oh, I see
Break
what you
the
did
bread.
there. You used the phrase and did the thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I also, too, just to jump a little bit here, I have a dirty, like, junk food kind of palate, even though that's not what I eat. But, like, so I like to create dishes that are healthy and serving your body, but still you have that, like we have a Chipotle ranch dressing, and it's made with cashews as opposed to like cream and dairy. And then we add in our Fresno sauce or our hot sauce, and then you have this thing that tastes like a Chipotle ranch, but it's actually with incredible ingredients.
As someone who's not necessarily team ranch, like our mayonnaise is kind of like I can do without it. So when you have the alternatives that aren't just that mundane slathered of something that's required on a sandwich, when you put that thought in how it like plays well, the cashews and using the hot sauce, love it.
Like what is your if you were gonna die tomorrow, what is your last meal?
It's fried chicken with cornbread, gumbo. It's going to go real Cajun from Mississippi, Louisiana area. So I need a lot of seafood, but also fried chicken. It'd be a gnarly spread of New Orleans style cuisine.
So what I would do is I would take your chicken and then I would make a coating of like almond flour and the Cajun spices, and then I would bake it so it was crispy or air fry it. It was really good and give it to you that way. Like I would take that and serve it to you that way. So you can have what you like. You just put a little twist on in how you prepare it and then what you're topping it with.
Hey, I would try it. If it was my last supper, we'd have to go big. So I'm going to need you to do like a whole bird.
Oh, for sure. We'll get you like the grass-fed, grass-finished, like burger.
That's what I'm talking about.
Topped with like really, really good and artisanal cheese and like a squishy bun with like gorgeous ingredients like Reunion bread's brioche bun. We got you.
Okay, so that is you mentioned this earlier, and I didn't want to railroad the conversation because I do that often. But you mentioned how you grab like samples from some of the bests in town that are maybe not necessarily on the same ingredient list as you, and then try to recreate it. What are some of those spots? So like let's say if you're a big bakery 4 person, then come try insert your product here. Make that parallel for some of our listeners so that if they do love whatever ones you're trying, that they'll love yours as well. Yeah,
for baked goods, God, I hope I can remember. There's the bakery, and again, these are I don't want to say dirty ingredients, but the bakery within Denver Market. I took one of those. There's a bakery way down on Broadway. She's called Sweet Something. Oh. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kelly, come on, you got this.
It's Sweet Cakes, isn't it?
I think so.
It's like next to Core Power.
It's across from.
They make a really good vegan, actually, Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
Kelly has put me on a bomb-ass restaurant in the last episode. But she's also our Denver native, so she's kind of got it all for us. She's the insights girl.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
And then there's another bakery. It's a vegan. They do vegan goods, and they are called, I want to say, the Corner Beat.
Oh yeah.
In Cap
They're
Hill.
a great spot.
Yeah. So I've taken from there as well.
Walking path.
Yeah.
Right there, or is that 13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I will take from Safeway because that's another demographic. They're not my favorite. I don't